Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for continuing with me on this process. This is the next part of building traditional mod on MechWario Pinball machine. Um, so today I will show a little bit and kind of continue develop the the spinner sequence, and also I will fix some possible bugs that it will incur just living like this. Just looking the other modes. So I just had to bring some code real quick to after the exit ramp, because some stuff happen in the machine all the time that you'll be noticed that sometimes the ball start launch and hit the switch and it come back. So I make some sequence. So just if the ball come back and hit the trigger back again, don't plunge other ball and kind of get stuck all balls there. So I will bring that here because I has it already on the switch here. When we go for exit ramp event, you see that it's go to arcade here, and that's because the if you trigger multi-ball, just respect the ball get X's before launch another ball. And that's basically this the it's gonna be the same code that I didn't bring, just bring up to here, just because I want to start coding and then you kind of realize what more you need. And also how you get active the flippers and the bumpers and all that, and that's right here. Can you see kind of after here is a sequence that it have to be done, and on this case is for activation of the mission arcade mission. But we're gonna do something for traditional, so we have to change this, of course. And you can see here when the balls go out, it ball is in game. So, and also here it's what start the arcade mission, we don't need that. And here is when it's active the flippers. So, and this is a mission gate that we need to check if we need it. Let's go to reference, and that's gonna search where I use that. And then you can see here that it gets skill shot activated. So we need to activate the skill shot and start the timing of the skill shot after trigger that. So that's one of the things that when you select your skill shot and when that trigger is hit, you cannot change it anymore. So it's just to prevent that. Okay, the ball is going that way, so I'm gonna change my trigger, which is can be done as well, but I just want to fit the skill shot. So you can see here that all this mission gate, it's on the arcade only. All switches arcade set and set here for all switches arcades as well. So that's that one, and you can use it here. So it's right here to kind of continue checking. So we probably gonna need that mission gate because it's just right here, and this is for exit ramp to continue to. Yeah, that's something that it's been there for everything, so we're gonna use that as well. Okay. So let's go back to all switch, and we're gonna do another as well. We're gonna do all switches event for traditional, like I see all switches, so don't mix all together. So just make a blank page for it like I did here. So let's copy all this from this sequence and kind of bring it to our table over there on tradition, because we're gonna just leave that, because we're gonna use this as our our main start of the mission. And then from here we can add a new sequence, and because this is something that do once, we're gonna get it. So this is going from here to here, and then as you see here, we're gonna delete this one, we're gonna delete this one, and we're gonna add this here. And because this is one time, and we're gonna create a new variable here, we're gonna promote this one because we don't have anything, and we're gonna call it tradition mode activate. So, and that's the one that we're gonna call it, is right here. Now, when we set this to active, that's what we should show is active. So when we active this, it will just happen. It will pass once. And this is what I was talking about, the ball check if it's out and all that, and blink the fireball, the fire button, and check reset and skill shot. So from here, when we get active, we're gonna continue our path here. Simple as that. So when we do this once, so if the tradition is active, it's just not gonna do it. It's just gonna pass one, and from here it will check what players it's doing. It will set up, and this is what it's called the mission, the start sequence for the traditions gameplay. And I can use this to continue doing all the switches, but because to make it not that complicated and get all very big uh, webs that we can find everywhere, so I will open a new graphic, and I will call it all switches for uh, tradition mode. So this is gonna be the switches. So as we have already one switch here, which is the main one, that will we don't need this. This is for test purpose. When we got troubleshooting, I was troubleshooting this to make sure it work. But that basically is. So now I think the only thing that we got left is if we get active the mission, we need to active the mission. So, and we can get that after doing this, for example, or we can active the mission right here. Mm, let's see what I do. Yeah, I just put it right there for now. There you go. Now mission is active. So we're gonna get bowling game, active the mission, and so that means that this part is gonna fail here. If it when trigger the ramp, it will not trigger this anymore. It will stop right here. So it will not continue activating the bumpers, and because it's already activate. So, and if I deactivate it for other reason, I don't want to get active when every time that this get hit. So that's what is there. Now we got the skill shot to get 5 seconds for whatever he was doing there, which is this is the ball it out. This is what I was talking about earlier. That's the control of the play field, and he continue using this because this is also what we using it. Okay, that's part of the sequence of the skill shot, and it's all there. So I don't have to worry about it's not gonna work or nothing because it's already using it for other mods. I just had to make sure I bring the table whatever I use for call and don't got the same problem issues. And so basically that it. Now we need to do our switches. So how we do that? Simple as that. So we know here that we got the our main event, all switches event is here. This is kind of messy a little bit because this is the first thing that I did when I was doing it. Now kind of work more organized. How's I being involved in and develop this. But this is the main event of switches. That's what I call all switches events. And then we got the all switches arcade. And now we got the new one is all switches tradition mode. So now, and that's for do all the switches. So we're gonna focus right now on, we have to bring all the switches back there, but what we worry about is our spinners right here, 1, 2, and 3. And you can see that the spinner, uh, I think on the sequence, spinner 1 is the left one, the 2 is the center one, and the 3 is the right one. If I don't get confused on it, but I'm very sure that's quite there. So now, like you see here, arcade edit is active. It will use this. Now we need to do the same thing to use a new call. So let's do a new branch. And if it's false, just continue doing. But if it's true, let's do something else. And what is going to be true is the tradition mode that we have here and above. Oh, it's up there. So let's see if I can find it here real quick. I'll type on it. This was the thing. Tradition pinball mode right here. So if this is active, we're gonna use this, and to know where we're going, we need to add a new event. Add custom event, and this is gonna be spinner /1 tradition, and like that we can know switch, or how I call it there, is just to keep follow the same. Spinner 1 arcade, and I can say tradition or tradition mode. Oh, I just got it better. Now what we got here, we can call it over there. Wait, over here in switches, and now we can say spinner /tradition. There you go. So we had to do that in each one. So that's what I call the switch. Now from here on, we can do whatever we want. Okay, let's go back here. Kind of copy the same thing. Paste it here. Get connected. If it's follow, go here. Same thing. Paste it here. And then same thing. So that's our 3 spinner, because we are working with 3 spinner. And now we had to do the same thing. Duplicate this. And we had to call our spinner 2. Tradition. Then gonna leave it some space. And then just do the same thing. Spinner 3. Tradition. And that's it. We compile. And now we should be able to see it when we call it for it. Or we can go here on tradition switches, all switches tradition mode, and we can pull it now from there because it's compile. If you do not compile, you will not see it. So I think so. Okay, taking a while. Okay, there you go. So now we go to all switches, and we can come here, and you see it's right here. We can just pull it out. We don't have to tap it. And that's another way to do it. And basically that's it. So now the first thing we're going to check if we are tradition mode, pinball mode, and we're going to call and check whatever we want to check there. So first we say that this is the middle one that we was mentioned, and I was mentioned that probably the middle one, if it do, it will interact with both orbits. I think it's gonna be fun like that. So every time that you hit that one, you kind of collect points or add more to those, to both at the same time. So you wanna try to get inside there all the time. And sometimes if you hit the target and the ball continue rolling, that happen. It it will plunk the ball back out, but that plunk out, it will drop the target, and that ball is gonna go so fast that the spinner is gonna roll really good. I like when that happens. So let's see. Let's go to the migration point. So then I'm gonna do notes on this, but now what we need is to trigger the spinner per player and whatever. But to do that, I need to okay, I need to now track spinners per player, and what I can do is no matter what player is doing, it's adding to all of them. But because we got progress, we need to find out. Let me see. Let me think about it. So we're gonna add to each player if he's active. So we need to do a little of this over there and see what player is playing to collect those points. So let's start with this, and this one will copy over here. So, and then we have to figure out what we're gonna do to add both. So as of right now, I will do a code that it will check what player is playing, and according what tick is coming here, and if we go back to our switches, we can see here how I do spinner all the time, and you see I don't put any timer, I just do once, collect points, and this is the timer. Just every 2.2 it will reset, so the spinner continues, so it's not like get stuck like, so it's always gonna be, and this is an arcade second. So I see here extra civil. So basically, if it's extra civil on, we'll spin like this. Extra civil drop is false. Do this, and if so, this is what the other one has. So we have to look into this a little bit. So if battle extra civil is true, it will take this path, and but if this is off, it will take this path. But if it's true, the drop, it will continue. That's I think it's an extra civil for drop targets. This is two different extra civils. So, but we are using this one only. So basically, what I want to do is in this one I got event for extra civil. Let's see what it called. And here it is. So basically, it's the same way where I was doing the extra civil timing. So, but it's calling here. So I'm calling for add extra spinning coin for 2 seconds. So remember, if you collect those for 2 seconds, it will say, it will send the status, and it will add, and then I use this add to multiply. That's what this number is. This is the count, how many times it's doing it for that second, and it will multiply that. That's the multiplier for the extra civils, and I need to find out where is the multiplication for it. But yeah, that's what I just want to take a sample. So what I need over here will be different than the other one. So what I need is if player is active and the spinner is hitting, it will add points to that player. So I got a function that I call add points right there, add points. This is a function that I made that whatever points I put here, it will be add to the player that is already playing. So, so right here is, this is the formula for my players. So if player is active, it will add whatever points I add to that player. So in one way and another, I already assigned the points. So I don't have to worry about if I add any point here, whatever player is. But the reason that I'm doing this is because we are in different modes, and I don't want to complicate this code because I can go in there and kind of add this inside, but I'm gonna do it in different way. So in the spinner, so we know that, and now with that we can bring the spinner of player 0. Spin 0 is gonna be the first one, and we can set this, and as well we can get, okay. So we can set, this is gonna be add-on, and also it will add points. But we need to figure out a way to multiply that points that we got per pinner per spin, and we're gonna continue tracking, and we also gonna add the percentage so the light increase. So let's say that I do per tick, it just increase 0.001, and I can go growing and see how that fast, for example. So this is gonna be a tick, like you see here on the other thing. So go arcade, and you see that every time that this happen, and it's doing it at 300 points to the player that is playing, and it do this the sound spinner, and it come back. So this is basically what I need to do for at point and do a one and no stay like, because if I don't do this delay, it will, every time that I click, it will be like 10 times, like, or 20 times in that thing. It's so fast that you have to kind of control it with timing. So what we're gonna do is gonna copy this, and we're gonna go around this a little bit. So now I know that I got sound, I got points, that the same data here, and I got a cycle. So if I do once here, this is what I'm gonna do. Let's say the 300 is being a good number already, okay? But I want, I can delete that because I got it here already. I want to set this, I need to do a small formula that the spinner adds some points. So it will take whatever it had, and it will add, so it will be add plus flow. There you go. So this is the formula, whatever I add here. So every time that I do that, I can point 0.001. So for example, so then we have to work with this number. So every time that this is tick per 2 seconds, so every time that will increase this number, and it will keep it. And this is the number that is being tracking by tradition mode here, right here. So it will set this whatever this is getting right now. That's the formula in the switches. So simple as that. But as well, I need to do something here, because it's not every time it's going to be 300 points, 300 points. And as you remember the note, it said that as this number is been increasing, this number will increase. So we need to define in the game flow, we have to test it, whatever formula we do this, and see how the points are increasing so fast, or how fast you're doing this, how many times you want to kind of hit that spinner, and that's what we can do here. That's why we use a float, so we can use 000, and we can do 4 zeros and like 4 numbers, and that's gonna be probably ridiculous. So I don't know exactly who's gonna be. This all depends how you hit that spinner, and we can work with it. So right now, what are we gonna do is we'll open. I'm gonna promote this, so I can call it point in, or I can. So it's not be the same point multiplier, more multiplier, and tradition. Point multiply tradition, and that's what it's gonna set there, or point spinner. So just to remember, that's from the spinner. So there you go. So now we got that, and also we can use the same timing now that we got that every time they check to do this. Let me we can say, you know what, uh check the how much is this, and do a math. We can do a math to multiply this depending how much number is here. So let's say for example, let's get this one, if equal less. Remember, it's kind of the same thing we're gonna do over and over right here, and this is gonna be basically the thing. So it will check this, and it will say if this is greater, less, or whatever, 0.005, we gonna do something. What we want to do, and we can go and kind of deviate points in how many scale we want. So let's say that we are getting with 300 points. We start with 300 points. So every time that this is happening, we had to set, let me compile this, because if it's not compiled, I cannot change the value. So let me compile that. Let's change the value. So it's set a default value. And as well, we need to default set this value in the well, we can do it automatically here, or we can also reset it on the every time the game reset. So just make sure you reset, something happened, so you don't have to worry about it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring it to finish, and we're gonna do that. Okay, it's compiled now. I can select it, and you don't want to see this on the screen because I cover up on the right side, but it's right there on the bottom. It say 300. So now the standard value is 300, and now we can say if, so return true if A is greater than B. So now to if it is less, sorry, if A is less or equal than B. So if this is 0, that means it's going to be true. So what I need to do is simple to say set this to 300. Simple as that. And now if it's not, that means we can say set these to 325. And then we can kind of duplicate this, and we can go up to whatever we want. So we're gonna go, we can say here 25, and say, you know what, after he passed 25, just so when this is fault, it will be 25 up to, well, this is basically, this is not have to be here, it can be here, 325. So when past 235, and then if we pass, we go to next step. There you go. So I can multiply this how many you want, and there's no limit. So, and then say, you know what, 25, go 350, 50 points. If you pass 0.040, which is almost 4%. And we can deviate that. It probably is a better way to do it in multiplication or kind of sequence, but I'm not gonna get into it because what I'm gonna do, I can select all this and just do a newts, and it's gonna be one newts that take care of that. So every time that this is passed, it will set, so every 2.2 seconds, it will check what is the new set of that according the player. This is gonna be so 0.25. We got 0.5, 0.25, 0.035 to 3%. Wait, what happened? 0.035. There you go. And 0.45, which is 4%, and we can go every second and like that. But because I don't know how is this gonna be affected, I don't want to stand this list way long, and then I'll have to change everything. So I can do each percentage, and then we can regulate here how fast it grow. So we can do a standard here. So let's say 1.1 second. So this is gonna be 1 second, and then if you increase 5 seconds, and then you increase 10 seconds. 10 second is 0.1. This is 10 seconds. And we can do probably every 1 second, 5 second, 10 second, and go multiply that 2 second, 5 second, 5%. Sorry. Oh man, I'm saying seconds. It's percentage. So 0.01%. That's 0%. Because that's 1%, 5%, 10%, and 20%. That's the way. So over here, I'm gonna say 20% or 25%. If you increase your 25%, which is the first goal, this you go, so you can get up to 400. There you go. So and then this is gonna be something that over here we can adjust anytime, and they stay fit, and you can just adjust the points and get you know what 400, so I get more 100 for 20 every 24.5%. We got 400, we got 100 more. This is something that, so we had to multiply this for all the percentage. So if it's false, now we got here 30 0.3. So this is 30 second, second, 30%, 40%, 50%, and we can say, you know what, let's get a little more. So 147, and then because you got 500 here, and then you get here 550 because you pass 50%, and you are in 0.60%. And then so we got 60, and then we can continue this and say, you know what, copy, paste, and continue this to 0.7%, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, and 1, which is a full. So that means that all this is, and you can, I mean, I think every 10% it should be fine. So 500, we are 4, 5, 600. Okay, so here you go. We can go 600 here. 675 just to be more. 6. Well, we can go 700 here or 50, and then we can reward 100% up to 1,000 just to give a good achievement there for every time that you spin now. So simple as that. So if you every time that you achieve this goal, let me compile that. Every time that this is adding, Depending how is add, it will add the point, this point multiplier. Simple as that. And every time that you actually touching that, it will check. It will check, 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 check. Okay, you update, so there you go. Boom, 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 boom. And it give you those points. So let me wait to compile. Okay. So here you go. So basically this is for player 1, and we had to do it for player 2, for player 3, and so on for player 4. But let me review. Every time the spinner hit, it will check, it will add percentage, and it will add the points, it will sound, and it will reset. But before, oh, I should get this the other way. I should put this first before reset. Check points. Check what is the how many points it's gonna add for the next pass. Will tick, and I think it's good. So we got 300 for 001 above, all zero from that, and above that we got 325 above 5%. You got 350 above 10%. You got 400 above 25%. You got 450 above 30%. You got 445 and so on, so on, so on, so on. Perfect. So I think that's it. And now, how simple we're gonna do the other players, because we got the math. We got the math here. So simple to copy and change this. So we're gonna copy this, paste it, and we're gonna come at this here. And then if it's second player, we're gonna come here and get spinner. Second player 0, change. Spinner, second player 0, change. Let's stay. And all this is about stay. The only thing change is second player, spinner. And I think like if I right click and I can find it here and look where is the second player spinner and change it, but it cannot take more time, I think, that way. So the easy way, just find it here and just put it on the top above, change it one by one, and now it will add to that player. And I think that this, it will be good. Okay, and that's it. Like that. That did to second player already. And he got same points according what the percentage hits. So if this is start reading back again, it will set this up again of 300 points. So the player starting as soon as he hit the spinner, it will check how much that is. So with that in mind as well, I probably can do this. I can cut this, like get that away and just add it after, like after do the sequence. Um, so it give you the points. So this is so fast that you even gonna tell. I can just do it here. So like that, it check, set, and then give you the points. So like that, I don't have to worry about uh well, the first player get 100,000 points in the first spinner. Oh, bad code is. And it's just because I put it before. So it's simple to do this. There you go. Done. So it will sound, but I'm very sure when you look at the screen, you hit that, you will not realize that at the point in 0.2 seconds. It's so fast that you're gonna be everything's gonna look like normal. There you go. So that's one player. And the good thing about this is that I can do it for each player. Spinner. And then we have to do it for the other spinner as well. So let me see. Copy this. Yep. Copy and paste. Move it out wherever I want. With some space. So I can put this down a little bit more. Just connect there. And if the player 2 is active, it will run this for this third player. So third player 0, third player 0. Push that, and then let's stay there, and then third player 0, third player 0. And I consider, I don't know, you guys think the same, I think, but I think this is awesome. This is easy. It's very rational. You don't have to kind of word everything. Like if you're gonna do like C++, because this is working behind C++. Like C++ support all the blueprints, but it's already there. You don't have to you don't have to kind of you know what? Let me think about the words for do this when the word is already made for you. So the variable is already set there. So you set whatever variable you want. You don't have to do set this in the way that C++ work and get that header and then find out where you enter your page and reference that page and blah 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 when you just target here the page that you basically want to refer and the way the blueprint is being made. Super simple, easy to look. You look here and you say, oh, where I start? Obviously, you start at the beginning and then you start seeing functions, branches. It's true as far, simple as that. Oh, it's true. Oh, what I do one time, up to what time I do it. So whatever you want. And then yeah, simple as that. You don't have to kind of I don't know. I mean, you have to be very smart and let's get a lot of frustration out when you're doing C++, I think. But yeah, it's part of the life, I guess. I don't know. What do you think about it, you know? Look at that. I'm working with the first player now. And I'm gonna do now. So first player. So anyway, I think we are yep, we should be good. I'm gonna continue doing this real quick, and I will continue doing the second player, which is the same thing that I do here. I'm just gonna copy all thing and just change whatever need to be changed, which is gonna be this. And then the next video, I can probably work with the spinner 2, which is gonna be the center one, and kind of add to both. Okay. Okay. So all right, thank you for watching, and God bless, and we'll watch you later.